My fiancé grabbed the mic at our engagement party and said, "I just needed a ring, not you," in front of 60 people. I calmly asked for it back, walked out, and never looked back. All right, Reddit. This happened Saturday night, and I'm still processing it. My fiancé humiliated me in front of 60 people at our engagement party. So, I took the ring back and walked out. Now, she won't stop calling, and her family is losing it. Here's what went down. I'm standing at the head table of our engagement party, watching 60 people freeze in their seats. My fiancée, Ashley Reed, just grabbed the microphone and set into it. Clear as day, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I just needed a ring. Not you." The room goes completely silent. Not the polite quiet when someone's about to make a toast, but the uncomfortable silence when something goes terribly wrong. Conversations stop mid-sentence. Forks freeze halfway to mouths. Wine glasses pause in midair. Someone's phone slips from their hand and hits the floor. I set down my water glass and look at her. Flushed face, eyes too bright, hand waving the microphone carelessly. Her friends Brittany, Madison, and Olivia sit in the corner booth. Their faces a mix of shock and second-hand embarrassment. I stand up slowly. My voice comes out calm, almost polite. Appreciate the honesty. Then I extend my hand across the table. Palm up, steady. "I'll need the ring back." She blinks at me like I just spoke a foreign language. Her laugh comes out sharp, nervous. "What? Jake, you're joking. Come on." Her eyes are still bright with excitement, scanning the room for support, for someone to laugh with her, for someone to tell her I'm being ridiculous. I'm not joking. I keep my hand out, steady, waiting. My face is completely neutral. The silence stretches. It feels like minutes, but is probably only 15 seconds. People shift uncomfortably in their chairs. Someone coughs. A glass clinks against a plate somewhere. The photographer in the corner lowers her camera, looking confused. Ashley's smile dies slowly. Confusion replaces confidence. "Jake, seriously, come on. Stop playing around. This isn't funny." "I'm not playing." The ring. Now her face changes. I watch reality break through whatever fog she was in. She looks at her mother, Patricia. Her mother's hand is covering her mouth, eyes wide with horror. She looks at her father, Robert. His jaw is clenched so tight I can see the muscles jumping, his face turning red. She looks at Brittany, her maid of honor, her best friend since college. Brittany stares at her plate like it's the most interesting thing in the world. Ashley turns back to me. Tears form in her eyes. "Jake," she whispers. "Please, everyone's watching." I know that's where you chose to say it, so that's where I'm responding. "The ring, Ashley." Last time I'm asking, slowly, like she still can't believe this is happening. Her fingers go to the ring on her left hand. It doesn't come off easily. Her knuckles are swollen from excitement, nerves, and the warmth of the room. She pulls at it, twisting. The diamond catches the chandelier light as it finally slides free. That 1.8 carat solitaire I spent 8 months saving for. She holds it in her palm for a moment, staring at it like she's never seen it before, like she can't quite process what's happening. Then, with a trembling hand, she drops it into my waiting palm. The click of metal hitting skin echoes, the loudest sound in the entire room. I close my fist around it, feel the weight. $11,000, 8 months of planning, what I thought was the beginning of our future. "Thank you," I say quietly. I look out at the 60 guests, all frozen in their seats, eyes wide, some with mouths literally hanging open. My aunt has her hand on my uncle's arm. My coworker from the office looks like he wishes he could disappear. Ashley's cousin is recording this on her phone. I can see the red dot. "Thank you all for coming," I say clearly, loud enough for everyone to hear. Dinner's over. The bill's already been paid in full. Dessert should be out in a few minutes. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I turn and walk toward the door. I don't look back. I don't hesitate. My footsteps are steady on the hardwood floor. Behind me, the room erupts. I hear Ashley's mother crying. Her father's voice sharp and angry, calling Ashley's name. Brittany saying, "Oh my God," over and over. Multiple conversations start at once. Chairs scrape. Someone drops silverware. I keep walking through the private room, through the main restaurant where other diners are having normal Saturday nights, out onto the street where the November air hits my face. I get in my car, start the engine, drive home, put the ring on my kitchen counter next to the coffee maker, pour myself a glass of water, and sit on my couch in the dark living room. My phone starts buzzing at 9:52 p.m. Messages, calls, notifications lighting up the screen every few seconds. I ignore them all. I sit there in the quiet for 2 hours, just thinking, processing. The ring is visible from where I'm sitting, catching the light from the street lamp outside my window. That was last night. Now it's Sunday morning, 8:32 a.m. I'm at my kitchen table with my second cup of coffee. The ring is still on the counter where I left it. My phone shows 89 unread text messages, 53 from Ashley from different numbers since I blocked her main one, 18 from her mother, Patricia, 10 from her friends, and the rest from people I barely know, asking what happened, saying they're concerned, asking if I'm okay. I ignore them all and take another sip of coffee. It's quiet in my apartment. Peaceful, actually. My phone rings. Ashley, a number I don't recognize, but I know it's her. I let it go to voicemail. It rings again. Different number. Voicemail again. Another number. Voicemail. On the fourth attempt, I answer. Might as well get this over with. Jake. Her voice is completely destroyed, raw and hoarse from crying probably all night. Oh God, Jake, please just listen to me. I lean back in my chair. I'm listening. I don't remember everything from last night. Brittany had to tell me what I said. She said I said something horrible about the ring. And she's crying now, the words coming out broken. I got caught up in the moment, in the excitement. You know I didn't mean it. Please, we need to talk in person. Please. I take a sip of coffee. You said exactly what you meant. No, Jake. I was excited, showing off, caught up in the attention. I wasn't thinking. I don't even remember grabbing the microphone. Jake, please. We can fix this. I'll apologize to everyone. I'll call every single person who was there. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll post an apology. You humiliated yourself in front of 60 people. I say calmly, evenly. Your family, my family, our friends, people from my work, your work. That's not something you fix with an apology. It was one mistake. The crying is getting worse now. The kind that makes words come out in gasps and hiccups. One stupid mistake in the moment. You're going to throw away 2 years over one night. One comment that I didn't even mean, that I don't even remember saying. You threw it away. I correct her. I just picked up the pieces. You made the choice when you grabbed that microphone. My parents won't talk to me. My mom, she won't even look at me, Jake. She hasn't spoken a word to me since we left. My dad left the house this morning at 6 a.m. without saying goodbye. He's never done that. Everyone's asking what happened. My phone won't stop. What am I supposed to tell them? Tell them the truth. You wanted a ring, not a relationship. You got what you needed, and now it's gone. That's not fair. That's not who I am. It's exactly who you are. You just said it out loud for once, in front of everyone. She sobs harder, the sound painful even through the phone. Jake, please. I love you. I've always loved you. We've been together for over 2 years. We've built a life together. We have plans. The wedding, our future. You can't just, you love what I represent, I say. Stability, a nice ring, a good story to tell, something to post about the idea of being engaged. But me, the actual person sitting across from you every day, you just needed me to play the part. That's not true. That's not. Then why did you say it? Long silence. I can hear her breathing, ragged and wet. She's probably sitting in her childhood bedroom at her parents' house right now, surrounded by high school memories and college trophies. I was excited, she finally whispers, caught up in the moment, trying to be funny in front of my friends. I wasn't thinking. Excited words are honest thoughts. You know that saying. Everyone knows that saying. Please. Her voice cracks completely. Please, Jake, don't do this. We can work through this. We can go to couples counseling. We can. I already did this. It's done. What you said last night, that wasn't new information for me, Ashley. It was just confirmation. What do you mean? We're done. Goodbye, Jake. Wait. I hang up. She calls back immediately from another number. I block it. She calls from another blocked number. Another block. After the sixth number, I stop answering entirely. Let me rewind to where this actually started because last night wasn't the beginning. It was just the ending. The final scene of a 2-year performance I didn't realize I was in. Ashley and I met 2 years and 3 months ago at a friend's birthday party in the Mission District. One of those trendy bars with exposed brick and overpriced cocktails. She was wearing a black dress, laughing with a group of women near the bar. I was there with my coworker Ryan, both of us fresh from a grueling project deadline. We'd been working 70-hour weeks for the past month and just wanted to relax. Ryan pointed her out from across the room. That's Ashley. Works in marketing at some boutique place. Single, I think. Friend of a friend. I didn't approach her. I'm not the type to make the first move in crowded bars. Never have been. I usually wait for things to develop naturally, let conversations happen organically. But she approached me. You look miserable, she said, appearing next to me at the bar with a glass in hand. Up close, she was prettier than I'd noticed from across the room. Carefully done makeup, expensive-looking jewelry. Long week, I replied, trying to be friendly despite my exhaustion. What do you do? Project manager, tech company downtown. You? Marketing, boutique agency. We handle lifestyle brands, mostly influencers and startups trying to look bigger than they are. She smiled. It was a good smile, practiced, the kind someone develops when they spend a lot of time in front of cameras or mirrors. Want to get some air? It's loud in here and I'm getting a headache. We talked on the back patio for an hour. She told me about her job, about the pressure of maintaining social media presence for clients, about her apartment in Hayes Valley that she shared with 2 roommates who were never home anyway. She mentioned her college years at UC Davis, her sorority, her business administration degree. I told her about my work, my apartment in the Sunset District, my engineering degree from San Jose State, about how I'd worked my way up from an entry-level position over 5 years to project manager. She asked good questions, seemed genuinely interested, laughed at my jokes, touched my arm when she talked, all the signs I'd learned to recognize as interest. When the party ended around midnight, she put her number in my phone. Her fingers moved quickly across the screen, adding emojis after her name. Text me, she said, looking up at me through her eyelashes. We should do this again, like actually do dinner or something, not just a loud bar. I texted her 2 days later. Ace didn't want to seem too eager, but didn't want to wait too long either. We went to dinner in North Beach on Thursday evening, Italian place with white tablecloths and candles. She ordered the most expensive wine on the menu without looking at the price, $45 a glass. When the waiter brought it, she swirled it, smelled it, took a small sip before nodding her approval. The whole performance. I didn't comment on the price. Didn't want to seem cheap on a first date. She talked about her career goals, about wanting to move to a bigger agency, about the kind of life she wanted. I'm ambitious, she said. Is that okay? I said it was. I like ambition. The second date was a Saturday brunch. She showed up in designer sunglasses. Chanel. A gift from an ex, she mentioned. We ate overpriced avocado toast while she scrolled through Instagram, showing me the influencers her agency worked with. This is the life, she said, gesturing at a photo of someone on a yacht. Don't you think? I said it looked nice. Nice isn't the word I'd use. Aspirational, that's the word. By the third date, we'd established a pattern. I planned. I paid. She posted photos of our dinners on her Instagram. They'd appear within minutes. The wine, the food, My hand across the table carefully cropped to show just enough to suggest romance without revealing my face. Captions about being treated right and knowing your worth. I didn't mind. I thought it was just how people dated now. 3 months in, she started leaving things at my place. A toothbrush, face wash, a change of clothes, then a drawer, then half my closet. We never discussed moving in together. It just happened gradually. By month 6, she was staying 4 nights a week. By month 9, she'd given up her room in Hayes Valley and moved in completely. I paid the rent, $1,800 a month for a 1-bedroom. She contributed $300 for groceries. I'm saving for my career transition, she explained. Once I get into a bigger agency, I'll make more. Then we'll split everything 50-50ths. The career transition never came. She stayed at the boutique agency making $52,000 a year while I made $95,000. I covered rent, utilities, most dinners, weekend trips. She covered her own shopping and occasional coffee runs. I told myself it was temporary, that relationships weren't about scorecards. But I started noticing things. Year 1, she bought a Louis Vuitton bag, $1,200. When I asked how she afforded it, she said she'd been saving. The same week, she asked me to cover her half of groceries because she was a little short. I paid. The bag appeared in 7 Instagram posts over the next month. Year 1, month 8. We went to Napa for a weekend. She wanted to stay at a specific resort, $350 a night. It's for the experience, she said. I booked it. She posted 23 photos. In the captions, she mentioned the resort, the wine, the sunset. She didn't mention me by name, just my person and a heart emoji. Year 2. Her friend Rebecca got engaged. The ring was 1 carat. Rebecca posted it everywhere. Ashley stared at the photos for 30 minutes that night, scrolling through every angle. It's nice, she finally said. A little small, but nice. That's when the hinting started. She began pausing at jewelry stores. Just looking, she'd say, but she'd spend 10 minutes examining the displays. She'd point out specific styles, solitaire, platinum, nothing under 1 carat. Any smaller and you can't really see it, she explained. It defeats the purpose. She left her Pinterest board open on our shared laptop. Wedding pins, engagement rings, all of them large, all expensive. I'd closed the laptop without comment. She mentioned friends getting engaged, casual comments, Lauren's boyfriend just proposed. They've only been together 18 months. Can you believe that? Or, Kelly said her boyfriend is starting to look at rings. They're at 2 years, same as us. I got the message. I started saving 8 months before the proposal, $1,200 from every paycheck. I opened a separate account Ashley didn't know about. The goal was $10,000 minimum. By month 6, I had $7,200. By month 8, I had $11,500. I went to 3 jewelry stores, compared prices, certifications. The final ring cost me $11,000, a 1.8 carat round solitaire in platinum. The jeweler showed me the certificate. Excellent cut. VVS 1 clarity. I had it sized to Ashley's exact measurement. The proposal was planned for Stinson Beach. Ashley had mentioned a dozen times how romantic beach proposals were. Sunset, ocean, the whole thing. That's how you do it, right? I rented a photographer to hide in the distance, $250 for an hour. I drove us up on a Saturday afternoon, told her we were just going for a drive. When we got to the beach, the sun was 40 minutes from setting. I walked her down to the water, got down on one knee in the sand, and said the words I'd practiced. She cried real tears and said yes immediately. The photographer captured it all. Back in the car, she called her mother first. Mom, he proposed. It's beautiful. I'm engaged. Then Brittany, then Madison, then Olivia. By the time we got home, she'd called 12 people. I'd called 2, my parents. That night, she posted 17 photos, every angle of the ring, her hand against the sunset, the ring in a close-up, the ring on the steering wheel, the ring next to a glass. Captions about being blessed, about forever, about knowing your worth, about waiting for the right one. In the first post, she said the ring was 2 carats. It wasn't. It was 1.8. I didn't correct her. In the second post, she said I'd surprised her completely. I hadn't. She'd been hinting for months. I didn't correct that either. Over the next week, she posted 23 more ring photos. People commented, "Gorgeous. Congrats. You deserve it." She replied to every comment. She posted the photographer's pictures, the sunset, the beach, the moment, me in the background, blurred, nailing, the ring in focus. Her friend Rebecca commented, "Beautiful," with 3 heart emojis. Ashley replied, "Thank you, babe. I'm obsessed." Later, I saw a screenshot someone sent me. Rebecca had posted to her close friend's story, "Ashley's ring is bigger than mine." "Of course it is," Ashley had replied. "You'll upgrade next time, lol." I didn't say anything. I told myself it was just girl talk, competition, normal. But things changed after the engagement. Ashley became obsessed with the wedding timeline. Not the marriage, the wedding. She made binders with color-coded tabs, guest lists, vendor comparisons. She talked about the dress, the venue, the flowers. She didn't talk about our future, our home, our life together. When I asked her where we wanted to live long-term, she said, "Let's just get through the wedding first." When I asked about kids, timelines, goals, she said, "One thing at a time." When I asked if she wanted to combine our finances after marriage, she said, "We can figure that out later," but she had detailed opinions about the engagement party. "We need to do something big," she said 3 weeks after the proposal. "Something people will remember, not just a backyard thing, a real event." I suggested a small dinner, 20 people, close family and friends. She shook her head. Rebecca had 40 people at hers. "We need at least 60. 60 people is expensive," I said. "It's one night. You only get engaged once." She pulled up venues on her phone, showing me private rooms at restaurants, event spaces, hotel ballrooms. Prices ranged from $3,000 to $12,000. I picked Morello's, a private room, Italian food, good wine. The package was $7,000 for 60 people, including appetizers, entree, dessert. Ashley said it was perfect. The planning consumed her. She spent hours on Pinterest, on wedding forums, on Instagram, looking at other people's engagement parties. She hired a photographer, $450 for 3 hours. She ordered custom decorations, gold place cards with our names, white roses for every table, string lights, a champagne tower. The total came to $9,300. I paid the deposit, $4,000. The rest was due the night of the event. 2 weeks before the dinner, I started noticing changes in her behavior. We went to Brittany's birthday dinner. Ashley was animated, louder than usual. By the end of the night, she was showing her ring to strangers at nearby tables. The next weekend, we went to a work event, my company's quarterly mixer. Ashley was my +1. She was excited, energetic. By the time we left, she was talking too fast, too loud. In the Uber, she said, "Did you see Rebecca's ring? So small." I felt bad for her. I asked her to tone it down. She said I was overreacting. "I'm celebrating. We're engaged. I'm allowed to have fun." The third incident was brunch with her friends. I wasn't there, but Brittany told me later. Ashley got overexcited, got into an argument with Madison about wedding venues, raised her voice, made a scene. The waiter asked them to keep it down. 3 days before the engagement party, Ashley posted an Instagram story. She was at brunch again with Brittany, both holding glasses. The video was shaky, both of them giggling. Brittany's voice came through clear. "I can't believe you're finally doing it. That ring is gorgeous." Ashley laughed. "Took long enough, right? But I played it smart. Waited for the right guy with the right, resources." Brittany raised her glass. Ashley clinked hers against it. The story disappeared after 24 hours, but I'd screenshot it. Something about the phrasing bothered me. Resources. Landing. Like I was a transaction. I saved the screenshot but didn't confront her. Not yet. The night before the engagement party, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. I got up at 2 a.m. and went to the living room. Our shared laptop was on the coffee table. Ashley's messages were synced to it. We'd set it up that way months ago for convenience. I'd never looked at her messages before. I trusted her. That night I looked at messages from 2 months earlier. Ashley to Brittany, he's finally ready to propose. Took forever. Dropped enough hints. LOL. Had to basically point at the rings I wanted. Brittany, did he go big? Ashley, big enough. 10K minimum. I'm not settling for less than a carat and a half. I know what I'm worth. Brittany, damn, girl. Well played, Ashley. Ashley, I know, right? Now, on to the wedding planning. My hands went cold. I scrolled further. Messages from 6 weeks earlier. Ashley to Madison. Engagement party's going to be massive. 60 people. Photographer. The whole setup. Jake's paying, obviously. Madison, obviously. LOL. You trained him well, Ashley. I didn't train him. I just knew what to look for. Stable job. No debt. Wants to get married. Check, check, check. Plus, he doesn't argue when I make plans. Perfect. I screenshot both conversations. Messages from 3 months earlier. Ashley to Olivia. I think he's finally going to propose. I've been leaving hints everywhere. Pinterest open on the laptop. Pausing at jewelry stores. Mentioning friends who got engaged. If he doesn't get it soon, I'm going to lose my mind. Olivia, you've been so patient. Ashley, honestly, it's exhausting, but the ring better be worth the wait. I saved that, too. I found messages from the week after the proposal. Ashley to a group chat with Brittany, Madison, and Olivia. He proposed. Ring is gorgeous. 1.8 carats, but I'm telling people, too. Brittany, pics. Ashley, sent photos. Madison, congrats. You finally got him. Ashley, took long enough. Now to plan the perfect wedding. I sat there until 4 a.m., reading through months of messages. Every conversation painted the same picture. I wasn't a partner. I was a checklist. Stable income, willingness to pay, desire for marriage, a vehicle to the life she wanted. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The day of the engagement party arrived. Ashley spent the entire day getting ready. Hair appointment at noon, $90. Nails at 2, $75. Makeup at 4, $120. She came home at 5:30 looking perfect. White cocktail dress, hair in loose curls, makeup flawless. How do I look? She asked, spinning. Beautiful, I said. Because she was. We arrived at Morello's at 6:15. The private room was exactly as planned. White roses on every table, gold place cards, string lights overhead, the champagne tower in the corner. The photographer was already there adjusting her camera. Ashley walked through the room, checking every detail, the placement of the flowers, the lighting, the angle of the place cards. She posed for photos with the champagne tower, with the floral arrangements, with the empty tables. I stood by the door, hands in my pockets. Guests started arriving at 6:45. My parents came first. My dad shook my hand. My mom hugged Ashley. Everything looks beautiful, she said. Ashley beamed. Thank you. I planned every detail. Her parents arrived next, Robert and Patricia. Robert clapped me on the shoulder. Big night. Patricia hugged Ashley. So proud of you, sweetheart. Friends trickled in. Co-workers, college roommates, people I'd met once at other parties, people I'd never met. Brittany arrived with Madison and Olivia. They descended on Ashley immediately, squealing, hugging, examining the ring again like they hadn't seen it 100 times. By 7:30, all 60 guests were seated. Waiters circulated with glasses. Ashley was already animated, talking loudly, laughing with Brittany. I watched her across the room, her voice louder than normal, gesturing dramatically. Appetizers came at 7:45. Bruschetta, fried calamari, caprese skewers. Ashley barely touched hers. She was too busy talking, showing off the ring to a cousin who'd arrived late. Entries arrived at 8:15. I'd ordered the chicken. Ashley had ordered the seafood pasta. She picked at it, took 3 bites, pushed it aside. By 8:30, her cheeks were flushed from excitement. Her eyes bright. She was laughing too hard at jokes that weren't funny, touching people's arms when she talked. I saw my mother glance at my father. He shook his head slightly. At 8:43, someone handed Ashley the microphone. It was supposed to be for toasts later in the evening. Her father had prepared something. My mother had notes. But Ashley grabbed it, stood up, energized. The room quieted. She tapped the microphone. Feedback screamed through the speakers. People winced. She laughed. Sorry. Is this thing on? Scattered polite laughter. I just want to say something real quick. Ashley began, her words coming fast, excited. I just want to say how happy I am right now. So happy. People smiled, started to clap. She raised her hand to stop them. Happy that I finally got what I needed. The clapping died. She swayed slightly, gripping the microphone stand with her free hand. You all know, right? You know how long I waited? How many guys I dated who couldn't, step up? Who didn't get it? Who couldn't give me what I deserved? She paused, looking around the room with bright, excited eyes. But Jake, she pointed at me with her glass. She smiled wide like she was about to deliver the punchline to a hilarious joke. I just needed a ring, not you. Silence dropped like a physical weight. I heard my mother's sharp inhale to my left. Ashley's father half rose from his seat, his face going red. Brittany's eyes went wide, her mouth opening in horror. Madison stared at her plate. Olivia's hand covered her mouth. The photographer's camera clicked twice, capturing it. Ashley stood there smiling like she just delivered the punchline to a hilarious joke. She looked around, waiting for laughter, waiting for applause. Nothing. Absolute silence. I stood slowly. My chair scraped against the hardwood floor. The sound echoed. Every head turned toward me. I walked around the table toward her. My footsteps steady. My hands weren't shaking. My heart wasn't racing. I felt strangely calm. I stopped 2 feet from her. Looked directly into her bright, excited eyes. Appreciate the honesty, I said quietly. Then I held out my hand, palm up. I'll need the ring back. Her smile flickered. Confusion crossed her face. What? The ring? I'm taking it back. Her laugh came out nervous, high-pitched. Jake, stop. You're joking. I'm not. Give me the ring now. She looked around the room again, desperately, searching for someone to laugh. Someone to tell her this was a bit part of the celebration. Her mother's hand covered her mouth, tears in her eyes. Her father was standing now, his jaw clenched. Brittany wouldn't meet her gaze. Madison looked like she might cry. Ashley turned back to me, and I saw the exact moment reality broke through. Her eyes widened. Jake, I got excited. I didn't mean it. Come on. We're in front of everyone. You meant it, I said. And that's fine, but the ring's mine, so I'm taking it back. We're engaged. We were engaged. Past tense. The ring, Ashley. I'm not asking again. Tears filled her eyes. Her hands trembled as she looked down at the diamond on her finger. The 1.8 carat solitaire I'd saved 8 months for. The ring she'd posted 37 photos of. The ring she told everyone was 2 carats. Jake, please, she whispered. Not like this. You chose like this. Now give me the ring. Her fingers went to it. She tried to twist it off. It stuck on her knuckle, swollen. She pulled harder, her face contorting. The diamond caught the light from the string lights overhead as it finally slid free. She held it in her palm, staring at it. Then slowly, she extended her hand and dropped it into mine. The sound of metal hitting my skin echoed in the silent room. I closed my fist around it, felt the weight of it. $11,000. 8 months of saving. I looked at her tear-streaked face. Then I turned to face the 60 guests, all frozen in their seats, forks halfway to mouths, glasses suspended in midair. Thank you all for coming, I said clearly. Dinner's over. Bill's already been paid in full. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I walked toward the door. Behind me, the room erupted. Whispers became voices became shouts. I heard Ashley's mother crying, her father's voice sharp and angry. Brittany saying, "Oh my God. Oh my God." I kept walking through the private room, through the main restaurant, out onto the street. I got in my car, drove home, put the ring on my kitchen counter, made coffee, sat on my couch in the dark. My phone started buzzing at 10 p.m. messages. Calls, I ignored them all. The next morning, Sunday, the texts started coming in waves. Ashley from a friend's phone since I'd blocked hers. Jake, please. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I love you. Please talk to me. Her mother, Patricia. Jake, this is Patricia. Please call me. Ashley is devastated. We need to talk about this. Brittany, hey, I know last night was bad. Really bad. But Ashley's my best friend and she's falling apart. Can we talk? Madison, what you did was cruel. She made one mistake. My mother texted, "Son, call me when you're ready. I love you." By noon, I had 94 unread messages. Ashley called at 12:15 from yet another number. I answered. Jake. Her voice was demolished. Please, please just listen. I'm listening. I don't remember saying that. I swear to God, I don't remember. Brittany had to tell me what happened. I would never ever say that if I was thinking clearly. You meant it. I was caught up in the moment. Excited. Showing off for my friends. That's not who I am. Excited words are honest thoughts. That's the saying. That's not fair. What's fair is you telling 60 people I was a transaction. That you just needed a ring. Not me. What's not fair is me finding out I'm a checklist item, not a partner. What are you talking about? Her voice went quiet. I read your messages, Ashley. All of them. You went through my phone. You synced your messages to our shared laptop, remember, for convenience. I paused. I read 2 months of conversations with Brittany, Madison, and Olivia. About how you landed a big ring. About how I'm stable income. Check. About how you trained me. About how you're telling people the ring is 2 carats when it's 1.8. Want me to keep going? Silence. Jake. You what? You're sorry? You didn't mean it? Which part didn't you mean? The part where you told your friends I was a resource? The part where you said you finally got what you needed? The part where you mocked me in front of my parents? I was venting to my friends. That's what girls do. It doesn't mean anything. It means everything. It means this entire relationship was a performance. You were waiting for a ring. I provided it. Transaction complete. Except the transaction's cancelled now. You can't just throw away 2 years. I'm not throwing it away. I'm accepting what it actually was. A long audition for a role I didn't know I was playing. She sobbed. My family won't talk to me. My dad won't even look at me. Do you know what that's like? Yes. It's like standing in front of 60 people while your fiancé tells them you're irrelevant. I know exactly what that's like. What do you want from me? Nothing. I want nothing from you. We done. Jake, please. I love you. No, you don't. You love the idea of being engaged. You love the ring. You love the Instagram posts. You love telling people you're getting married. But me, the actual person, you just needed me to play the part. I hung up. 2 hours later, her father, Robert, called. Jake, We need to talk man to man. Fine. Talk. Ashley made a terrible mistake last night. She knows it. We all know it. She's devastated, humiliated. She hasn't stopped crying. I'm asking you, please give her another chance. She's young. She made an error in judgment. It wasn't just last night, Robert. She's been talking about me like a transaction for months. Want me to forward you the screenshots? Pause. What screenshots? Text messages. Her telling her friends she landed a big ring. Her discussing my income like I'm an investment. Her saying she trained me. Her explaining that she picked me because I'm stable and don't argue. Should I send them to you or maybe to Patricia? Long silence. That's taken out of context. No, it's exactly the context. Your daughter didn't want a partner. She wanted a provider. And the moment she said it out loud in front of everyone, I stopped providing. You embarrassed her. She embarrassed herself. I just responded honestly. You took the ring back in front of 60 people. She announced I was meaningless in front of 60 people. I'd say we're even. Except we're not, because I still have my dignity and she doesn't. That's my daughter you're talking about. And I was your future son-in-law. Was. I'm done. Robert, tell Ashley to stop calling. Tell Patricia to stop texting. Tell everyone to leave me alone. And if anyone contacts me again, I'm posting every screenshot, every message, every piece of evidence showing exactly who Ashley is. We clear. You're making a mistake. No. I'm correcting one. I hung up. Within 30 minutes, Brittany texted from a new number. You're being cruel. Ashley made one mistake and you're destroying her over it. She's my best friend and I've never seen her like this. What kind of man humiliates someone he claims to love? I sent her the Instagram video, the one from 3 days before the party. Ashley and Brittany toasting to landing a big ring. I added a message. This kind of man. The kind who has receipts. Brittany didn't reply. That afternoon, I posted one Instagram story. No caption. No explanation. Just a screenshot of Ashley's text to Brittany from 2 months earlier. I know what I'm worth. 10K minimum. I let it sit for 6 hours. The comments came immediately. Friends asking for context. People from the dinner piecing it together. Wait. Is this about Saturday? Did she really say that? Oh my God. Someone shared it. Then someone else. By evening, it had been screenshot and shared to Twitter, to Facebook, to group chats across the city. Ashley's Instagram went dark. All photos deleted. Account private. Her Facebook disappeared. Her Twitter vanished. She scrubbed her entire online presence in less than 12 hours. But the damage was done. People were talking. Screenshots were circulating. People from the dinner were sharing their own accounts in comment threads and group chats. She literally said she just needed a ring. Not him. He stood up and asked for it back. Everyone just sat there in shock. Most awkward thing I've ever witnessed. Monday morning, I went to work, focused on my projects, ignored my personal phone. At lunch, my coworker Ryan knocked on my door. Hey man, I heard about Saturday. Yeah. You good? I'm fine. Need anything? No, thanks. He nodded and left. Tuesday, Ashley sent a handwritten letter to my apartment. 6 pages, front and back. I opened it. Jake, I don't know how to start this. I've written this letter 12 times. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels like enough. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what I said, for what I did, for humiliating you, for humiliating us, for ruining everything. I got caught up in the moment, but that's not an excuse. I said something unforgivable. I hurt you in front of everyone who matters. I destroyed the best thing in my life. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't deserve it. But I need you to know that I love you. I've always loved you. You're not a transaction. You're not a checklist. You're the person I wanted to spend my life with. The person I still want to spend my life with. I know I don't deserve another chance. I know what I said was horrible, but people make mistakes. People say things they don't mean. And I'm begging you. Please give me the chance to prove that I'm more than my worst moment. I'll do anything. I'll change. I'll prove to you every day that you matter. That you're not just a ring. That you're everything. Please, Jake. Please don't give up on us. I love you always. Ashley. I read it once, then I put it through my paper shredder. Wednesday, I heard through mutual friends that Ashley had moved back in with her parents, that she'd quit her job at the marketing agency, that she wasn't answering calls from friends, that she'd stopped going out, that she was depressed, that she wasn't leaving the house. People started taking sides. Some blamed me. He embarrassed her publicly. He could have handled it privately. Taking the ring back was vindictive. She was excited, caught up in the moment. People say things. Others defended me. She humiliated him first. He had every right. Excited or not, that's how she really feels. He dodged a bullet. I didn't engage with either side. Thursday, I took the ring to 3 different jewelers. Got appraisals. The offers ranged from $8,200 to $9,500. I took the highest offer, $9,500 cash. I walked out with a check. Friday, I booked a trip to Japan. 3-week solo. Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka. I'd always wanted to go. The flight and hotels cost $4,000. I booked it without hesitation. Saturday, 1 week after the engagement party, I got a message from an unknown number. I hope you're happy. You ruined her life. She can't eat, can't sleep, can't function. All because of one mistake. You're a coward and a manipulator, and you deserve to be alone. I blocked the number and finished packing for Japan. Sunday morning, I woke up early, made coffee, stood in my kitchen looking at the empty spot on the counter where the ring had been for a week. The 1.8 carat solitaire that represented 8 months of saving, that represented what I thought was love, that represented a future I'd believed in. It's gone now, sold, converted into a plane ticket and 3 weeks of freedom. Ashley wanted a ring. She got one, then she lost it. And me, and her job, and her friends, and her dignity. Some people collect status symbols, designer bags, expensive dinners, engagement rings that look good in photos. I was one of those symbols, a resource, a stable income, a checkbox. But unlike a ring, I could walk away. And I did. I leave for Tokyo tomorrow. Guys, we are so close to hitting 3,000 subscribers on this channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps hit that 3,000 mark. Thanks for making this dream come.